turn it back on.
It's on.
All right, so with the cans of tomato, crushed tomatoes and or tomato puree, I add about a quarter of a thing of water in each. I swirl it around to get as much sauce out of there as possible. So out of 4 cans, I'll have just a little bit more than a can of water. And I add this to my sauce. And that's that. All right. Stir the sauce up.
Cooking channel. That's what we should do. Joe.
I also add about 3 or 4 tablespoons of grated cheese. About 3 tablespoons of grated cheese. Usually if I buy freshly ground cheese, they give you the rind, in which I put the piece of rind right in the sauce until it's cooked, and then I take the rind out. But if I don't have a rind, I'll put grated cheese in there. Not a lot, a couple tablespoons. The same thing with my meatballs. I'll add some grated cheese to my meatballs. I think I got everything in my meatballs. Now I probably have 5 pounds of meat here, in which I'm going to add 5 eggs. Maybe a pound, 1 egg per pound, depending on how much meat you have.
So that's recording the saucepan.
5.
Did you hear me?
Yep.
Your phone is right here recording the saucepan. So it's only got like half of it on it, but it's still something. See it?
Whose is that, mine?
Yeah. Yeah, it's recording about to right.
And I'm constantly washing my hands off.
It's recording like right here, so you might want to put it in right here.
Then I add my breadcrumbs. I have panko breadcrumbs.
Make sure you tilt it towards.
You can use whatever you want. I happen to have panko. You can use regular breadcrumbs. If you don't have breadcrumbs, you can use broken up Italian bread or whatever bread you have.
Joe's Cooking Channel.
And then I mix it with my hands.
After you wash.
Well, I've washed them a million times. Always washing. Gotta keep them clean. Touching eggs, touching raw meat, constantly cleaning them. I'll make sure you mix it up really good because you're gonna want to mix that hamburger right into that pork. If you don't have hamburger, you don't need to. I used to make my meatballs with all pork. Just recently did I start adding some hamburger to it. I don't use the veal. And you mix it up real good. And I think that's just about good enough here. Okay. Clean your hands off. off. And again, I wash my hands again with hot water. And some soap. That's good. Done with these. Alrighty. Pretty much done with all my ingredients. The sauce is getting cooked up nice. Alrighty. Take my pan. Then move my sauce over here. On a simmer. I'm gonna put my pan over here for my meatballs. And I'm gonna add a few tablespoons of olive oil. Just about kills my olive oil. If you got regular olive oil or EVOO, extra virgin olive oil, you can use that. And I put my stuff away. Okay. Nice and warm. Get cooked up. You can cover this with a little bit of breathing room so it simmers, and the longer it simmers, the thicker it gets. I would say simmer it for 4 hours, and as long as you want. You can simmer it for 8 hours if you want. The longer, the thicker. And now I fry my meatballs. I make them about 1.5 to 2 inches thick, round. Like that. Maybe 1.5 to 2 inches. And you just keep making meatballs. You could turn that off while I'm making them.
Huh?
You could turn it off while I'm making them.
No, that's fine.
And then I fry them.
I'll cut it in and cut it out.
I'll probably get 40 meatballs out of this. Figure 5-6 pounds, get about 8 to a pound. Which makes them about 2 ounces each. You don't want to roll them too tight, so you just use your hand and you just give them a nice little round. You can make them bigger if you want. You can make them smaller. I do the same thing when I want to make little meatballs for like hors d'oeuvres at a party. You make them about the size of Swedish meatballs. And get a large fork. And there they are. Get a large fork. And once they get brown on one side, I turn them over. Sometimes it's good to put a little screen over it so the splatter doesn't go all over the stove. Even though it still will. Try to keep things clean as I go. Then I don't have one big mess after I'm done.